Good day everyone, good day viewers. So I am Sisley Canillo, and today I'll be discussing to you the distance between 2 points. So let's start. So to get the distance between 2 points, we will use the distance formula. So this is our distance formula. The distance is equals to the square root of x sub 2 minus x sub 1 squared plus y sub 2 minus y sub 1 squared. And if you want to know the derivation of this formula, you can watch the video discussing the derivation for this formula. So let's have our first example. We have find the distance between the point P 27 and the point Q 511. So we can assign our point P as our x sub 1, y sub 1, and our point Q as x sub 2, y sub 2. But we can interchange it since we can still have a positive result because we're going still to square it. So we have our point P. We can have this as our x sub 1 and y sub 1, and our point Q as our x sub 2, y sub 2. And to get the distance, we will use the formula. And by substitution, we have our x sub 2, which is 5, minus our x sub 1, which is 2, and we squared it, plus our y sub 2, which is 11, minus our y sub 1, which is 7, and square. So we have 5 minus 2, which is equals to 3 squared, plus 11 minus 7, which is equals to 4 squared. And 3 squared plus 4 squared is equals to square root of 25. And the square root of 25 is equals to 5. And we have 5 units. We put units here because we don't know the specific units being discussed or being told in our given, since we are discussing or we are talking about distance. So we should put units. So our final answer is 5 units. So let's have our second example. So in the figure, the vertices of triangle ABC are A02, B4, -1, and C2, 3. So find the perimeter of triangle ABC. So to find the perimeter of this triangle, we should know first the distance of its sides. So let's have first the distance of AB. So by the formula and by substitution, we have AB is equals to 4 minus 0 squared plus -1 minus 2 squared. So we use the coordinates of B and the coordinates of A. And we have a result of the square root of 16 plus 9. The square root of 16 plus 9 is 5 because 16 plus 9 is 25. And the square root of 25 is 5. And we put again units. So AB is equals to 5 units. And let's also have the side BC. So by the formula and by substitution, we have 2 minus 4 squared plus 3 minus -1 squared. So we will have a result of the square root of 4 plus 16, which is equals to the square root of 20. And by reducing it or by simplifying it, we have 2 square root of 5 units. So that is our side BC. And the last side is the side AC or the side CA. And again, we'll use the formula, the distance formula, and by substitution of these coordinates, we have 0 minus 2 squared plus 2 minus 3 squared. And this is equals to 0 minus 2 is equals to 4, square it, which is equals to 4. 0 minus 2 is equals to 2, and you square it, which is equals to 4. And 2 minus 3 is -1, you square it, which is equals to 1. So 4 plus 1, which is equals to 5. And our CA is equals to 5 units. or the square root of 5 units. So since we are going to find the perimeter, we should get the summation of these three. So the summation of AB, BC plus CA is equals to the 5AB plus BC, which is 2 square root of 5, plus CA, which is square root of 5. This is equals to 11.7 units. So we convert this into decimal, 3 significant figures. So this is our final answer, 11.7 units. So for our last example, we have the vertices of triangle ABC are A, which is equals to A, negative 3, 2, B, negative 1, negative 2, and C, 1, 4. So we will prove that the triangle is an isosceles triangle. Since, again, an isosceles triangle is a triangle having two congruent sides. To get or to know if the triangle ABC has congruent sides, we will compute the distance of its side. So we'll have first the side AB. So by the distance formula and by substitution of its coordinates, we have negative 1 minus negative 3 squared plus negative 2 minus 2 squared. And this is equals to 2 squared plus negative 4 squared. And 2 squared plus negative 4 squared is equals to 4 plus 16, which is equals to the square root of 20. And by simplifying, we'll have 2 square root of 5 units. So that is now our AB. How about the distance of the side BC? So by substitution again and by the distance formula, we have 1 minus negative 1 squared plus 4 minus negative 2 squared. This is equals to the square root of 4 plus 36, and this is equals to the square root of 40. And by simplifying, we have 2 square root of 10 units. And this is now our side BC. How about the last side? We have the side CA. So by substitution and by the distance formula, we have negative 3 minus 1 squared plus 2 minus 4 squared, which is equals to the square root of 16 plus 4. The square root of 16 plus 4 is equals to the square root of 20. And by simplifying, we have 2 square root of 5. So our side CA is equals to 2 square root of 5 units. As you can observe, we have now two on the same sides, AB and CA. So therefore, AB is just equals to CA, which is equals to 2 square root of 5 units. So therefore, we can say that our triangle ABC is an isosceles triangle. So okay, so that's it. And I hope you have learned for our discussion for today. And thank you for watching. Goodbye. Again, I hope you have learned something from our discussion for today. And thank you for watching. Bye.